Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are unboxing and taking a look at the Seasons of the Witch Lammas Oracle. This is by Lorriane and Juliet Diaz, illustrated by Tijana Lukovic. Hopefully I'm pronouncing those names correctly. I do apologize if I'm not. This is published by Rockpool, retailing for, if I can get it to focus, $24.95 in the US and $18.99 in the UK. All right. And as always, in the description box below, I will link where you can legitimately purchase this should you want to. Let's get into it. I am excited. Take control of your life. The 7th deck in the best-selling Seasons of the Witch series reclaims Lammas, the season of harvest, success, and gratitude, as the energy of the boss witch. Explore the meanings of the 44 beautiful cards and use the invocation and practices in the guidebook to connect more deeply with the energy of Lammas as you support and nourish your dreams. This deck will guide you to believe in yourself and give you the courage to chase your desires. 44 cards and a guidebook. All right, I am excited. Oh, we've got a green insert. Ooh. All right, before we get into the cards, let's take a peek at the guidebook because we always need to see what is included. All right, we have introduction, we have areas and themes of focus, how to use the cards, spreads, and then the cards themselves. So here are the themes of focus. Fantastic. Now, you don't need to use this deck during the particular season that it represents. You can use it whenever you feel called to it, but at the same time, it's more potent if you use it during the season in which it is regarded. If you are familiar with previous editions of the Seasons of the Witch Oracle series, you may have noticed that there is one repeating element per deck that is featured in some way on every single card. The repeating element represents the heart and soul of the deck and is often the first element we think of when beginning the creation process. Therefore, it becomes our guiding light as we go on to develop the deck you now hold in your hands. In the Seasons of the Witch Lammas Oracle, that recurring element is the sunflower. The guiding light for this deck is success. There are many paths to success, and everyone has the ability to be more successful in whatever way they desire. However, half the battle is believing you are worthy of success and then not feeling guilty for wanting more. In addition to success, we want this deck to inspire you to stand big and tall and shine your light. And what better symbol of this energy is there than a sunflower? Oh, I love this. Okay, so yes, you can use this however you want to, and you can use it within the themes or however you are guided. Okay, so then we have the spreads here. So this is interviewing your deck. Sunflower cross spread, bird feeder spread, oh that's adorable, garden tool spread, hilltop spread, prayers to the earth, vegetable garden, weeds for finding and healing wounds spread, and then it goes into the cards, and usually there will be little practices and spells within this as well. So very, very cool. Let's get into the flip through here. I love that we have a sunflower theme. I love this bright green. There's the gilded green edges here. It is a very high gloss cardstock. Yep, it's the same as the other in the series. It's on the more toward the thinner side, but it's still very sturdy and snaps back. Very flexible. All right. Better view of that back there. Let's get into it. Title at the top, number, and then a little blurb about the card to help you with the energy. So we have the bakery. Love this art style so much. Bird feeder. Bushels of apples. Cemetery. Love that. Citrine. Collecting seeds. Coming of fall. Community service. This just feels so warm and inviting. Coneflower. I just want to jump into the picture so bad. Corn. Corn dollies. Cornucopia. Country fair. Craftsmanship. Love the little foxes. Dried flowers. Failed harvest. Interesting. Farmhouse. Farm to table. Fennel. Flower bouquet. The colors are so perfect. Fruit jam. Fruit trees. It feels gentle. Garden tools. Feels like a warm hug. Garland. Grapevines. Harvest basket. Hilltops. Iced tea. The little blurbs are great too. Leo. Lion. Meadow. Poetry. Poppy. Cute. Prayers to the earth. Rooster and hens. Oh, this is so beautiful. Summer games. Oh, fun. I was just watching a Twilight New Moon, and so, I mean, this is definitely reminding me about that. Sunburst. Sunflower. Terracotta pots. Tiger's eye. Vegetable garden. Weeds. Welcoming the harvest. And wheat and grains. Beautiful. It's just so pretty. All right, let's see how it shuffles here. Yeah, very nice. I'm gonna shuffle it side by side this way. Oh yeah, feels really good in the hand, and it shuffles great overhand like this too. All right, we're gonna read for corn. Let spirit guide you and take meaningful action. Dreams become reality when combined with purposeful intent and action. Keywords: sacred feminine energy, mother goddess, receptivity, and balance. And then it goes into what was written on the card. And it says, this is your invitation to open yourself up to the inner workings of your spirit and navigate your decisions and actions from a place of authenticity and balance. Corn represents both the sun and the sacred feminine, represented by the Corn Mother and Corn Maiden. It is a symbol of tempering action and allowing what you desire to come to you. In a reading, this card is guiding you to approach situations from both the head and the heart. You are being asked to stay open to spirit while also grounding your desires in this physical world. Dreams without action are fantasy, and action without intention is wasted time. Likewise, there are times when you need to push and times when you should sit back and let things come to you. It's a constant dance of refining, always tinkering until you get the right formula. Reread the meaning of this card while paying attention to what feels like the right path forward, action or receptivity, because that is what is required most of the time to address your questions. I really like this. I was just seeing while flipping through to the specific page there, we have journaling prompts, we have community service acts, there was another, there was a protection bath here. There's a bunch of different ways to utilize the energy of the cards, and I really, really like that about this series, because if you are beginning to like tap into this kind of stuff, into the witchy stuff, this is a great jumping off point, especially if you are someone who follows the seasons like this. So there's always something in here for you if you're looking for actions to take place after you pull a card. Fantastic. I love the art. I adore this series so much. So I am a little biased, but I do think it's a very practical series. This deck in particular is gorgeous, is beautiful. If you are trying to, go through a manifesting process, or if you are trying to achieve your goals and your dreams, this is a deck that you could work with to help get you along your way and figure out your goals and work with the energy of the sun and of confidence and of Lammas. And it's just beautiful. I adore it. I think it's a great price. The quality is great. The art is great. The information is great. There's so much in here to take advantage of. So with that being said, I would love to know what you think about this deck. Do you love the series? Are you excited? I think we only have one more left, and I believe it's Astara. So with that being said, let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me, and it really helps me out in allowing the algorithm gods to have a tribute. So thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.